I don't know if we can do this Sami Oku thing because our time is almost up. The NLA matter, if we can do two minutes each, because it's a back and forth between the former NLA boss and the Fourth Estate. But I'll just take a paragraph and then you give just brief comments because our time is up. Now, the former Director General of the National Lottery Authority, Samuel Ewuku, has described the recent investigative reports by the Fourth Estate regarding the authority's Good Causes Foundation as lopsided and unrepresentative of the agency's broader impact. The report published earlier this month alleges that funds are intended for the poor and vulnerable were diverted to glamorous events and questionable enterprises, including sponsorship for award ceremonies and corporate summits. However, in a detailed response issued yesterday, Mr. Wuku dismissed the claims, insisting that the report focused narrowly on event sponsorship while ignoring the significant social investment made by the foundation. He acknowledges that NLA did sponsor high-profile events such as the Emmy Africa Awards and the Ghana CEO Summit, but stressed that these formed only about 5% of the foundation's total budget. According to Mr. Wuku, these sponsorships were strategic marketing decisions aimed at drawing corporate attention to the Caritas lottery platform and expanding its reach. The vast majority of our resources were channeled into life-saving and community-enhancing projects. We built toilet facilities and boreholes in underserved regions, equipped hospitals, and it goes on and on and on and on to talk about what he's used the monies for. It's about 95%. The 5% are into things that some people feel were unnecessary. So, I mean, I don't know how you can do this. Well, we have less than 5 minutes to go.
So, and paid the hostel bills of a member of parliament. I thought that members of parliament were entitled to medical care by the service.
Okay.
And I saw a member of parliament, is that the one from Kumasi, Ashanti region?
Yeah.
Whose whose medical bills have been paid 40,000 Ghana cedis. Now, I also saw some expenditures which raised some issues with me, because these expenses that went to state institutions, who approved them? I mean, does the National Lotteries Authority have a document, a policy document that determines and shows clearly how monies belonging to the organizations can be spent on good cause matters? I mean, who defines the good cause? Is there an unfettered discretion in the Director General of the Ghana Lotteries Authority to spend money anyhow? I mean, when he feels that money will aid a good cause. So you see, when monies are spent this way, when a discretion is exercised this way, and I've read through the list, and including supporting people who were undertaking commercial activities with money. I mean, and I fail to see what benefit that was going to accrue to the Ghana Lotteries Authority by those expenditures. So who approved them? What was the policy document that enabled that monies to be spent? I mean, I thought lotteries was instituted to help Ghana make some money to be able to support the budget. But now it's clear to me that the way the former Director General of the Lotteries Authority spent the money was not in any way aiding the mission and purpose of the authority, but a wrongful exercise of discretion. I think that the investigative authority should be interested in looking at the matter and go into the fine details of the matter. How come the people knew? I've never known that there's a good causes foundation existing at the Ghana Lotteries, the National Lotteries Authority, and that people can apply. So how did those people get to know and to apply for 100,000, 600, and in some instances 600,000 Ghana cedis released to those entities for purposes of undertaking private activities, including a payment to somebody of 100,000 Ghana cedis as school fees, educational support, 100,000 Ghana cedis. Was in Ghana, or was it also a scholarship given to somebody to study outside the country?
Isn't it a good cause to pay for somebody's school fees?
So what does GetFund do? What does the GNPC do? So how will you know that that person who took the 100,000 that has not benefited from the scholarship secretariat? And who was the person? Who is that person in actual fact?
Right.
You know, there are many questions. I mean, what the expenditure clearly convinces me that it enables corruption. And that until we go back and look at the justification for those expenditures and whether those people were not just taking money, I mean, it became an avenue for people to siphon money from the authority, we might not get to the bottom of the matter.
Paul.
Well, I think that the media house, the fourth estate that did the work, or that's doing the work, must come a bit more clearer and confront the issues with the NLA people and give them the fair hearing. So if you find that money's happening, because if you look at social media, you see the responses back and forth, and they say that fourth estate has been selective in showing people who benefited from it, and all of that. It's not really fair journalism. If 100 people benefited and you are showing 20 of them, then there's a problem.
Huge number.
Well, but they're saying there are some significant people who benefited that they are not talking about. So we have to expose the whole thing and look at the administrative decision behind it. Because I don't even think it's prosecutable. I'm not sure under what offense they are going to be prosecuted in this matter, but perhaps they are raising issues of potential avenues for corruption. So it's a policy issue they are raising then. So we should look at it and see what policy can be. But in terms of journalism, they should by now submit all the information to the past NLA bosses and let them have their response, and the general public can look at it.
Okay.
But this once in a while they throw in somebody got this and another person. They look for people who have gossip value and all of that. I mean, that's not fair.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us this morning.